Sorry?
Are you being tracked by the feds?
No, I am I'm here on Putin's orders. I work for KGB, FSB. It's why I'm here and will have make this happen to disrupt the mighty military of Canada to make much easier overtaking of Ukraine for the Russian people.
Right, so this whole thing was organized by Russia.
No,
That's correct.
No. Have not been paid. Putin promised to pay. I am waiting.
We are here with the one and only Jeremy Mackenzie. How's
Hello,
it going?
how are you?
Your family got doxxed.
Yes, they did. That was Andrew Douglas personally at Frank Magazine wanted to really make sure that basically my entire family was doxxed. They alluded to where my children live. They published names of my family members, their address, my sister, her husband, their kids, all of it now. So that's all out there now for all of the psychos to enjoy. So Andrew Douglas, thanks a lot, Frank Magazine.
Has this surprised you in terms of how they're using the state media to really smear us, or how they're using the state power to take the gasoline away from truckers last night, for example?
It's surprising in the level of depravity that it is, and it's that it's so weak that they're just blatantly making things up now. They're willing to just flatly make things up. I mean, this isn't even the old, the George Bush fake news days where you'd go, well, that's kind of not what happened. This is just complete fabrications and complete, desperation to just make anything up. It reeks of desperation to me, and that's concerning. That worries me when you have people like this that are this dishonest and this disgusting. When they're backed into a corner, they're malignant narcissists, and when they're backed into a corner like this and they're willing to do, what else are they willing to do, and how much further are they going to take this? I don't know.
I think a lot of Canadians are getting red-pilled right now too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. There's thousands of people down here. Everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody's got family members and friends, and I'm hearing it every day. Someone will say, well, I heard on CBC it's a bunch of Nazis, and then they see, no, dad or mom or whoever, and they see, like, this is what's actually going on,
yeah.
And they're having their worlds turned upside down, and they're very rapidly realizing that these people are liars, and then we've been saying this for years. And this is just taken, normally, well, what's the quote? There's a Jamaican fella, somebody interviewed him the other day. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool everybody all the time. Yep. And it's just become a critical mass of lies that it's comical. It's a comical level of absurdity now.
It's fun right now, but there's talks of cops gonna be using brute force, as you mentioned in a video. They're taking away the gasoline to fuel these trucks, and even I heard food. They might prevent food from being delivered.
In Coots, I'm in touch with some of the guys out there, and they were breaking into their trucks and stealing their clothes and their battery chargers and stuff.
Yeah,
like they're just they're very committed to this, and I don't care what their excuses are. No moral centered person can see how this government's behaving, especially now. But never mind the past, but especially now, and stand behind them and take orders from them. They're being told, go put down these people. This is just Canadian citizens who are just trying to stand up for their rights and their livelihood and their lives, their children, and destroy them. And they said, yes, sir, and they went and did it. Disgusting. It's really gross.
And I'm really hoping that there's a Hollywood movie moment where the cops might be, you know what? I'm hoping there's conversations in the back rooms where they're like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like, I stand with the truckers, man.
Well, this is the time to do it. I mean, how long? You know what I mean? It's been 2 years. It's coming to a head here, and
now's the time.
You don't get
Justin Trudeau. Now is the time. Now is the time to stand up.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
It's time to get hunksinated. They're trust the hunksperts. You're not going to get 15-second chances. You know what I mean? Life comes at you fast, and you get an opportunity to do the right thing or you don't. If you waffle too long, you wait too long, you hesitate, it goes by you, miss it, and you spend the rest of your life regretting it. I do want to say, go quickly though, for the cops that the guys that walked off the job, they refused to participate. They don't want to do this. I know some of these guys personally. These guys are heroes. I served with some of them in the military. They're excellent people, and they're just horrified at what's happening. They're heartbroken to see this kind of stuff happen. because those are good men. Those are the kinds of people that should be police officers. And when this is all over and these people are gone and they need to be fired and removed from their jobs, those are the kinds of guys that I want wearing a badge walking around this country, because they're the guys that are going to do the right thing. Those are the people that I trust. And right now, the people running these institutions, I do not trust them, and a lot of people are afraid of them. They have a lot of reason to be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want stormtroopers.
Who does? Why they all, what happened to the days of, you used to dress in brown and blue and the guy, the cop would wave you with a nice hat. They're all walking around dressed like they're about to invade Poland, carrying M4s. Like, are you guys out of your mind?
Yeah.
Like, what is the threat level assessment here? Like, oh, geez, I saw a bouncy castle. We better get the M4s and the plate carriers on the go. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and when everyone talks about like all this fear mongering about this very, very peaceful protest, I will tell you, there are guns on every street corner. There are all gangs on every street corner, and it's the police. And they're doing their job, of course. I don't want to like judge or they're trying to do their job, but
I mean, what's going through your head when you're intimidating unarmed, peaceful demonstrators? That's what you're doing. You're coming out in force with weapons to intimidate them at night. Like, why? Who are you?
Yeah, I mean, look behind us. We have a family walking by us right now. Look. Young insurrectionists. We're raising young insurrectionists here. I'm kidding, of course.
And that's why we're here, for people like this. And, my children and everyone else is in there. Again, they're walking around with guns here and making threats. And where's the leadership? The Prime Minister? John Diefenbaker used to walk to work. All right, and Justin Trudeau's hiding in a hole somewhere, snorting pills or whatever the hell it is that he does, and no one can be bothered. You've got Jagmeet. What's this clown saying now? More gaslighting, more incendiary. You've got 4 people run over in Winnipeg by a maniac in a van. My friend Tyson, another veteran, had his neck broken by a guy at a store because he didn't have a mask on. He had a medical exemption. They broke his neck anyway. This kind of environment was fomented and created and thrown gas on this fire by people like Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh and the top doctor sellout people and the premiers of this country, saying things like, how long do we tolerate these people? And calling them terrorists and white supremacists and insurrectionists and all this kind of stuff. So they feel justified in their behavior, that it's morally okay to attack these people, and they want to come at people like me and Tyler for saying, well, what you guys are saying is dangerous. I'm sorry, I'm not the Prime Minister of the country. That guy is, and he's saying all of these things, and now this is what's happening, and it's entirely their fault.
Yeah, I mean, they accuse you guys of being the hate mongers, but it's like, no, the Canadian institution, these media establishments, these politicians, they are the hate mongers. They divide us, and they've gotten really good at it.
Yeah.
And of course, they accuse us, real human beings, as being the hate mongers. But
exactly, just because you make an edgy joke, or just because oh, do we got to? Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, white supremacist is coming over here right now. Oh my God. I actually interviewed this gentleman. You're a trucker, right, sir? That's right.
Just because we make edgy jokes, and just because we like to inject a little bit of truth into the news for the average Canadian, that doesn't make us hateful, right? Sometimes you don't like the truth. Sometimes the truth, it's a harsh thing to come to terms with. And it's extremely important that Canadians get the total, unedited, 100% truth. And, going back to the CBC, what they do is they mask the truth, right? They'll drip feed, something, and then they go 180 with it, and it's a complete fabrication. And you're totally right. It definitely is divisive. It definitely is meant to, put us against each other, right?
Yeah. And look at this. Like, you got that. There's people from this country from every ethnic, cultural background that you can imagine. They're all here unified against these people. And what are they doing? They're using their henchmen, the CBC, to try and stop this, which is what they preach they want. They want everyone to get along and rise above their differences and be unified in the Canadian spirit. Well, that's what this is. So why are the people that work there trying to shut this down?
Exactly, and it's such a disappointment. It's so disgusting because all of those things they talk about, the Canadian unity, the Canadian family, it's all right here. And they try to make it look violent. This is probably the most peaceful, nice Canadian protest ever.
Crime has gone down, and people are cleaning the streets and picking up garbage, and, there's a bouncy castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Watson, there's a bouncy castle. You're calling a state of emergency. They're handing out free food. Yeah. There's kids having a great time.
I gave a candy bar to a homeless guy, and he didn't eat it because he put it in the pile of food he'd already accumulated in the day.
Yeah.
They've never been more well-fed, I don't think. And you know, that's the emergency that's happening. I mean, you know, the best people in Canada have come here to stand together and support each other. So I guess that if you're an evil government that's hell-bent on authoritarian, ideology, this would be an emergency, because this is an extreme threat to your grip on power, I guess.
Yeah. Any final things to say here on day 10 of the trucker convoy?
of the siege. No, just again that I'm proud of everybody that's come out here and supported it and continues to do so. I've never been more proud of this country, and it's nice to see anything's possible, I guess. You know, it looked pretty bad there for a while, and it's like a guy coming back to life after doing CPR, and he's got his heart stopped. You think he's gone and it's over, and he pops back to life, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And I don't know what's going to happen now. I have an idea of what the government's plans are, and it's only going to make it worse for them in the end. I wish they wouldn't. I wish somebody from that damn building would come out here and talk to these people and try to have a dialogue and coordinate some kind of resolution to this, rather than just try to intimidate and use force to break it up. I mean, that would be a strong leadership type of move to do. But again, that's not who works there. We have criminals and scumbags and traitors working in there instead. So expect whatever they would choose to do, I suppose, as a result.
Yeah, and I'm sitting between like two of the most not canceled, but they're really trying to throw dirt on both your names and associate you both with this protest.
I was in the infantry. I like being dirty. It's good for me. It suits me.
Yeah, and you love being controversial and saying edgy stuff.
Absolutely. I'm a groiper, so it's in my cold blood.
Yeah, and for those watching, I hear people saying, "Oh, there's going to be extremists there," and it's like, those guys are my friends, and like they're really not that extreme. Jeremy here is a veteran and stands up for veterans, and he stands up for gun owners. But like, that's not even most of what you do. Most of what you do is just call out the criminals in that building behind us. And then Tyler is a young Christian conservative who's really tired of political correctness and just globalism in general. And what I like about you, Tyler, is you just punch as hard as you can to push the Overton window to the right. But I just want to say I stand with both you guys. If you want to cut this guy's head off, my head off, I'm standing with them.
Yeah,
all right?
Let's go.
Bring it in.
Let's go, buddy.
Trying to bring us. You can't cancel all of us.
The unifying thing here is that they're bad people. They're bad people, and this is good people standing against bad people, and it's as simple as that.